our lighting on. I feel like
Yeah, we're really.
this doesn't look like. I need a shadow or.
You need like a sun thing.
I need a facelift.
Yeah. You need to lose like 20 years.
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, can we do that? Yeah, so we're in a new spot in the shop, and so I don't think we've ever filmed in this position.
Yeah, I'm not
like
sure.
a sex show. It's not. We've never filmed like sitting here. We're facing out. We're facing the street.
Right. So we might get distracted.
I'm gonna be so distracted. I know I'm gonna be like looking.
Squirrel. You'll see her. It's be like a Wimbledon tennis match.
It might. Anyway, so but I think our background is nice. It's a different perspective of the shop, right?
Yeah, it really is. So you can kind of, if you like go through all of our videos, you can probably like piece together our shop because we've added so many things.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a nice view of the shop.
You know, I remember I had to get a new refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
So our other refrigerator
died.
Thank you. It died. So, it was, Jim will blame me, but because I really was, after a few years.
Was it?
Well, we bought it in 2011, so it wasn't a baby. You know, it had some years on it. But then kind of at this last year or whatever, he kept having to remind me to shut the door because it's a French door, so when you shut the door, the other one kind of pops open a little bit. And I mean, there's a multitude of things. I don't really think it's my fault, but I probably didn't help the situation. Anyway, we got a new fridge, and it's smaller. And I was really perplexed yesterday see, there she went.
I know. Like, there's a person.
On how to organize a fridge that is a little smaller than the other one, because I have a lot of, like, condiments that, you know, I have a whole thing of Asian inspired, you know, condiments, everything you'd need for almost every Asian dish. And then I've got Italian stuff and I've, you know, lots of different sauces and stuff. So luckily we do have a fridge outside. So I organized all those Asian ones, things I don't really, except for like ginger and soy sauce that stayed in the fridge, but that is in the old refrigerator. Yeah, the Asian ingredient fridge. So yeah, it's just I'm gonna have to get some organizers to keep things compact in the fridge. So anyway, if anybody has any really good
fridge tips
or you
can
know,
hire the OCD girls.
That I have thought about that. I ordered some containers from container.com for the freezer. But my fridge isn't as deep, so that's definitely first world problems.
Really.
So that was what encompassed most of my evening last night.
Oh, fridge organization?
Just trying to figure that out.
I got to do some patio knitting because I got home and Mike, I was like, you know, I was planning to have leftover pizza for dinner, but Mike had most of it for lunch.
I had leftover pizza.
He had most of it already for lunch. I'm like, okay, well, you're having something else, and I'm having this one piece of pizza, and I'm going outside and knitting, and because he had to go pick up something. Anyway, it was just, it was low key, but he did make me a smoothie later. But anyway, I went out to the deck and had a glass of wine. I snarfed down the pizza. I'm a really fast eater, so that was fun. And then of course Mr. Gibbs is like, you know, where's my bite? So
where's my pizza?
Shared with him.
We had leftover pizza too, and we were eating in the living room, and Jim's plate right here, Cooper just sitting there staring at the pizza, and I'm like, Jim, he has remarkable focus. Just staring at that plate.
Yeah, they're funny. So, but it was a beautiful evening. Of course, there are no flowers or anything to enjoy outside, but it was gorgeous.
No good smells yet.
And Mr. Gibbs had been for like a 4-mile hike at Phipps Park already, so he was pretty mellow. But then he was ready to go for a walk with me later, so that was my evening. No fridge organization.
We are kind of burnt out a little bit.
Yeah, the sun is shining right. Yeah. I mean,
but it's not like
it's not summer sun. I don't
Right.
think you'll see us sitting here
Yeah.
again, maybe until fall.
So,
or when the tree leaves out.
have you guys been watching anything good?
We watched, we watched Anora, which received many Academy Awards. We watched that on the weekend, and then we watched, we had been streaming The Residence on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we've got that done.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was fun.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
We've already watched it.
We
won't
didn't dive
spoil
into
you.
White Lotus season 3. I don't know if we will, but it sounds like maybe I'm thinking we probably should because it sounds like it's really
I haven't
good.
even really got into like the first one,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, no, we're distracted.
So, so do you fall asleep when you're watching TV?
I have been known to fall asleep. In fact, last night it was just PBS and it was Antiques Roadshow. By the time I got down there, at like 8:30.
Well, you can fall asleep to that.
You're
not missing
that kept me
anything.
going. I mean, they ended at 9, and then they started another one that was actually, I mean, mildly interesting, but it's called POV point. It's like independent film people or independent productions, and this one was about as point of view, and it was this Dane. So there were subtitles, and it was a Danish family who's it was about their child who had been born with no hearing or vision.
Oh, wow.
He was a preemie, but and it was just, I mean, it was, Mike was like, this is riveting, but also anyway, and I just said, well, let's count our blessings. My goodness.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. So, but yeah, it was, he was an adult, and so but then they had been flashing back to basically his life and his sister's life, and she was just talking about, is she going to be the guardian when the parents die? And anyway, yeah.
So
that was what we watched last
You didn't
night.
fall asleep?
I did actually get sleepy and like, I'm going to bed.
Well, remember yesterday we were talking about that, and I said I had a patented system.
Oh, because when I do fall asleep, which does happen, I get so comfy and can't. Anyway, Mike started saying the other night, he's like, old lady face, old lady face, old lady face. I'm like, F you, I'm going to bed.
Well, and then I said I've got a patented system, so at least your head won't be bobbing. So, because Jim likes to fall asleep at movies in the theater, and like we've even like at the regular theater. And I used to do this a lot during art history lectures. But I developed a patented head holding technique, and I was going to show it to you today. So I think you be my student. Okay.
Pro tips.
Yes, this is really good for, like I said, when don't want to embarrass yourself in front of a lot of people by having the head bob. Oh, I should tell them about my Yo-Yo Ma story.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Yo-Yo Ma. It was
That's what you.
it wasn't Yo-Yo Ma. It was another another player. Anyway, so this is my patented head holding technique. So you want to do this, do that. Okay, so you need to support your elbow right here.
Okay.
And then you're only going to use these 3 fingers. And this one is going to go under your chin, and this one will go behind your ear.
Okay.
And the other one in front of your ear. And that way, you've supported your head. And if you do fall asleep, no one will know. Hopefully you won't do this. Good. But I remember going to a movie with Jim before we got married, and
This is not something
I
that
have
just
lots of
happens
fun.
to old people. It's everyone.
No, this was
Yeah,
we
was-
were young.
yeah.
We were in our 20s, and we were at a theater, and he started like bobbing during this movie, and I'm like, hello. I'm still gonna marry you though. So that is really good. I probably should do a video on just doing that, so people know how to do that.
Yeah,
The
it's a good
patented
tip.
head holding technique.
I think
Linda's.
the trick is
Yeah,
you've got to like look pretty cash.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Thinking.
It's like the thinking emoji.
Let me think about that. Yeah, anyway, so also it probably hides double chin.
Exactly. They probably see me doing this a lot. Like, I'm always doing this. I noticed in some of our videos.
Yeah, anyway, that's that. Okay.
Can't hide this.
What are we going to talk about today besides just our general riveting conversation?
Well, we've got a couple new cotton yarns that we want to talk about. We want to talk about what we're wearing.
Right.
Because I'm wearing something really cool and new that Jen made that we
so,
love.
So
I
pretty.
just love it. And then I guess that's mostly it, right? New yarns and a little bit about local yarn store day.
That is coming
because
up.
we're kind of excited. We have some kind of fun plans happening. So we haven't let too much out of the bag.
No,
yet,
and we're not going to let a ton out of the bag. But boy, April is really
it really
here and moving along
right in the middle. So local yarn store day is I think April 26th,
the last Saturday in April.
And so we'll we've got some fun stuff to celebrate.
Should we just jump into that now?
Sure,
so Okay.
So we just got notification about some special yarn that is coming our way from, can we say that? Some
I don't know.
Okay, I just said it. I just said it.
Anyway, we do have, local yarn store day, as many of you know, is probably one of the most funnest ever. The most fun days of the year for us, because it really, anyway. It is a wonderful day, and it has happened. It started because we opened our shop, to be honest.
Yeah, it was the same year.
It started our first year.
And honestly, it sort of copied local record store day, which, by the way, Cameron Records here in Billings does that.
Is that on the same day?
Yes.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well,
it is.
We didn't really team up with them, but it's also Independent Bookseller Day.
And we teamed up with
House
of Books.
With House of Books.
So we're gonna have a big basket.
We are. We're each gonna have a big basket that you can for raffling or register to put your name in the hat to win that.
And there will be like a little trail from our shop over to the House of Books, which was really just like a
few steps away.
Yeah, not very far.
Around the corner.
Right.
So and Julie from this House of Books has been the one who's been really, kind of the force behind the collaboration there, which I think is wonderful. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie, because she knows we're crazy.
Yeah.
We're crazy about other stuff, too.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be fun. And then we're going to do a little bit of a sale this year, which is the first time we've ever really done that. And just on maybe one or two things. But it will be
I didn't know
pretty
that.
good sale. We've talked about it. So and then special yarns are coming. There's quite a few designers who always release things. We also have giveaways. They are here and they're cute.
Oh, and then KFI Knitting Fever.
Oh yeah.
They are once again doing their big Lykke needle giveaway.
Cool.
So whenever you spend a certain amount of money on yarns from them, which we're talking about 2 yarns actually from them. So
you send the receipt in or something, right?
And they are giving away one set of Lykke, some kind of set. It's either going to be a crochet set or a knitting set of for every 20 receipts they give.
Wow.
They gave away 20 sets last year.
Wow.
So,
and didn't someone from our shop win one?
I feel like someone did from our shop win.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be fun. So we're getting organized for that. That's coming up. And
Shirteez is coming up.
And then also Shirteez is happening.
And so Sue and I have already sort of dived into our Shirteez, just kind of, we'll talk about that too. And the yarns and patterns we're going to talk about today are Shirtee worthy.
Shirtee-ish. Shirtee-esque.
Yep.
And okay, I think that's good, right?
Okay. All right.
You're wearing, okay,
so
you're wearing, Jennifer had some Lana Vendelay chic blend in her stash, and it was kind of waiting for inspiration, and we received our beautiful shipment of chic blend a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And then Jennifer's like, should I make should I make this? We have a couple of this one colorway. You know, it's hand dyed, so.
Right, and you can tell. Look,
Oh my
isn't
gosh,
that gorgeous?
it is just.
So it's a crocheted
stunning.
vest. It really is some granny squares.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I
can
saw
hardly
the
even...
individual granny squares when they were so
yeah.
pretty.
And yeah, I really feel like it shows off this yarn really
Chic
well.
Blend is so so pretty.
This is just, you know,
Yeah,
a microscopic view of all the colors that we have.
Look
so those
at
are
that.
the blues.
Oh wait, it's upside down. Why is it upside down?
It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, here the sun is in the way.
Yeah.
Here, hang
Here,
on.
it's getting totally washed
Do that.
out.
There.
Yummy.
Yeah, that is
So-
beautiful.
And then Jennifer is such a skilled crocheter that, and crochet is the way it is. She's able to just,
Yeah, she's good.
you know, get inspired by a photo, and maybe examine the granny square, you know, that was featured
Right,
in the
so we're-
garment. But then she put this together. She's done enough crochet vests and garments that.
Yeah,
You know, she was able.
she's
So we
good.
don't have a pattern for this. We can't link that.
But we do have a schematic that possibly, we're going to call it Jen's Chic Blend Granny Square
Jen's
Vest.
chic vest.
And actually the pattern looked like it had some ribbing
Mhm.
around the neck here and at the base, but we all agreed we liked it just as you are.
I mean, she ran out of yarn, but
Oh, I didn't know that. I just
but then
thought,
she had a little bit left. But then so she was like, should it be contrasted or what should we do? And I'm like, I think it looks really good. the way
yeah,
it is.
we like how it looks right now.
I'm not sure that ribbing would do much for it, to be honest.
Yeah,
just
well,
because of the way.
And I
it is.
personally don't like a super wide shoulder, so
Mhm.
adding that then this would
Mhm.
add a lot of width, I think. So,
You don't think it
but
needs
isn't
it.
that gorgeous? I mean,
It's
and the
so
way
pretty.
she
Mhm.
sewed them together, I can feel it on the back, but on the front it's like super smooth and
Skills.
yeah, she's got the skills.
Skills.
Yep,
Wonderful
I
skills.
hope her head's exploding.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
of all
it is
the
really
wonderful things.
pretty
So,
exquisite.
so do you know how many she used?
Maybe 4.
Okay, all right.
But that is sort of.
Well, this would be a good
Maybe
thing
4 or 5.
to make with the special yarn that might be.
Even if it was a gradient, or if you have in your stash a color pack or something of
That could-
fingering
yeah,
weight yarn,
uh-huh.
I think you could. And you've got the skills. You need a few things, but I think it's doable for someone to to play with. So we had a customer in yesterday who was a crocheter, never been in the shop, and seemed to me to have a really good grasp of I'm just crocheting, I'm teaching my daughter, and
Yep.
and yeah.
Yeah, it's classic crochet though. It's
Classic
like
crochet.
I don't have a pattern.
Mhm.
I'm just looking at it and I know what to do, and I'm like, wow, and all those knitters know how to do that. So
Right. So
all right, so what
and then
are
I
you
am
working
playing
on?
with I don't know that this is gonna be great for summer because this is gonna
Is it short sleeves?
yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
be short sleeves. But I am not being subtle.
Well, and you know, sometimes you're not
I
subtle at all.
wanted to play with
I can attest to that.
Fua that we got, and
We showed last week.
I just so this pattern is
I'm gonna bring this over
called
here.
Meet Me at Midnight, and it's in a little yoked series of patterns from Espace Tricot. So Melissa
Oh, okay.
and the other
Lisa.
lady, Lisa, who sold it, it include this booklet was like $6 or something. It was,
Okay.
but there's a lot of yoked patterns in there, including several that Melissa or Lisa made, like Turtle Dove, and
Oh, right.
Getting Warmer.
Oh, okay.
it's in this bundle.
Those are all in that?
But I
Okay.
think the new owners might have done this Meet Me at Midnight. So it's I think supposed to be fairly sheer at the top, but obviously then you jump right into stripes, just like micro stripes.
And this is the color kelp,
Hedgehog.
the green from
Yeah.
Hedgehog, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So the thing I
I
like
think it's
about these circular yoked things is it's comfort knitting. There's really no,
Like,
I did not.
You don't have to keep track of the raglans because you're doing the increases
Yeah.
evenly across the yoke.
So the only thing that's keeping this on the slow side is on the size 5 needle.
Well,
So
let's talk about needles.
are we in competition?
We are, apparently. I started working on, we don't have to talk about this right now. We'll talk about it when we reach the yarn. I'm working on my Shirteez. It's called the Tombow, so it's a little striped t-shirt. And we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Yeah,
but
this isn't exactly, I have my Shirteez from last year to actually pull out for high summer, the tank top.
But you're almost done with that.
Yeah, I should. I'm going on a trip, a little weekend trip this weekend, and so
with the girls.
The thought was maybe I'll bring this because it's gonna be mindless.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of feel like I will because I have a sock too, but I'm not feeling the sock love right now.
Okay, so why don't you talk about what you are wearing?
I'm wearing the Seven Sisters top that was one of our first COVID knit-alongs.
It was
Seven Sisters top,
and we were at our other location, right?
It's knit with printed organic cotton from Blue Sky. We don't have organic cotton from Blue Sky anymore, but it is still available as far as I know. But we have other yarns that we'll talk about that would be nice to use for this top. It's super simple.
Right.
So worsted weight.
And it's 2 pieces, right, that you sew together? I don't think it's a...
No, it's not. It's circular. There's no seam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I can't remember if it was top down or bottom up. So cute. So trendy. Hold your hair back.
Yeah, all my hair. It's always getting in my face. Our little, Alyssa did this little bandana, I don't even know what it's called, little kerchief thing. But basically, so we could see what this new yarn looks like, which is Wink Aqua, which is sort of a printed cotton.
It is.
Very similar to what Sue is wearing.
It's
only
cotton
this has
and
a little silk.
Yeah, this
yarn would be perfect for that sweater. So.
I also think this yarn, this is a worsted weight, would be, and thanks Alyssa for making this, because it does show off what that yarn looks like. Crocheted.
Yep.
And she may have made this pattern up too.
I don't know.
She's as good of a crocheter as Jen is. But she's quite a bit younger.
No offense to Jen or Alyssa.
Right. Okay, so this is the Nuuk from Jonna Helen. Jonna is the curator or the publisher of the Lykke group in Finland. So Jonna, I might be butchering the pronunciation of her name, and I probably am. But anyway, Nuuk, I've knit it twice. One of them is in my mother's closet.
N-U-U-K.
N-U-U-K. Super cute t-shirt. And this yarn would be really nice for that.
We've got lots of nice, a nice
We have other worsteds that we could show you, but we're not going to because we have a few other things to talk about.
See if we can.
I was watching a little podcast this morning, and the young gal was featuring, talking about her plans for summer knitting. And every single thing she talked about was pretty much a shade of brown.
Huh.
Which I thought was interesting. So, I don't know. Some people like it, some people
Shades of
don't.
brown. We know someone who loves shades of brown.
Who do?
Shannon.
Oh, right. But I'm wearing a beige-ish, so anyway, I like
pink.
I do like brown. I think it is versatile, and Donna, one of our customers, also. I remember Donna and her husband did the did photography for their career, Tony Smith. So my family went to Tony, had our little family portrait done, and we all wore brown, instead of black. And I think black was, anyway, I wanted to just not do black.
Right.
And Donna was like, I love that. It was fun.
Yeah, that
But
would
she
be
probably
the
just wanted
many
me to,
shades of
you know.
brown. Yeah.
But anyway, it was great. Brown is good. So anyway, Nuuk, Seven Sisters top, both nice options for worsted weight tees, you know, or sweaters.
And
Summer.
what yarn did you use for that though?
I used Mojave, which is cotton linen 50-50, and I doubled it up to get probably slightly bigger gauge than I need. But anyway, I really wanted to use that yarn. I wanted a fun combo. This I did right before we were moving here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's always cute. I love it on you. I'm probably pretty jealous most of the time. I'm like, I want that.
Oh, I like it. The thing is, cotton and linen, I need to put this in the dryer after because it, you know, there's just not the elasticity that wool has.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's okay.
Okay. The other yarn that we wanted to talk about today is called EcoTwist. It's from Queensland. Sorry, it's probably backwards. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a beautiful yarn. It's 45% viscose, 35 cotton, and 20 linen. And so I've got, it's actually all behind us.
It's in the house.
In the little house. The house that EcoTwist built.
Right.
So you can see what's happening here. There's like 273 yards on these. They go a long way.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Some neutrals, but paired with some deeper colors. Be really pretty. So
nice.
So I wanted to, we have a great sample.
Did you show the purple?
Oh no, show that.
Pretty.
So this, I'm gonna bring this over here because I think here, you hold that.
I'll hold this.
So this is a sample of these, how these will knit.
Minus the orange and the yellow.
Yeah, those are dividing colors.
This is sent by the yarn manufacturer, so they just pop it onto a machine.
Right.
And then, yeah.
So all these colors, teal, blue, the purple, the pink, but then there's some fun colors, and I'm using that one. Unfortunately, I think we're out of stock on that, but this one's gorgeous. So this is a really nice combo, but I'm actually, so my project that I'm working on, I'll show you the picture first. It's a cute little t-shirt. It's called the Tombow Tee. It's by Florence Miller. And
is she the one who does like
it's not
like My First Cardigan, that one?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, like the step by step.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I think
is that her?
I think so.
Okay.
So the thing that I really was impressed with this pattern was I looked on the projects. There's not a lot of projects, but they all looked really good. Like all of them fit really well. And some of them were solid, some of them were stripes, but the fit was, I was impressed with how
well,
they all
My
looked.
First Sweater series, if this is indeed her, which I think it is, is going crazy.
Yeah.
So
the way it starts is it starts flat, and that's how you're building the, instead of
that is exactly the way the Nuuk
works. So you're
not
you're not working in the round right away, but it has like a shoulder, a saddle shoulder.
Pretty.
So that you can kind of see that right there. So and it is on, like, I'm on a size 2 needle. So what I'm doing is I'm using these yarns, the multicolored, and then I'm using this, but then I'm not sure I have the yellow, but it's obvious that I'm doing a yellow too.
So technically a size 2, she might really want you to use even yarns that are finer than that.
You might, yeah. But
Estiva would be really nice.
But I think it's working out well.
Yeah.
This was my little swatch that I did, trying to figure out my stripe sequence.
Cute.
Because I was trying to figure out, am I going to do all pink and then yellow on here, or all yellow? But anyway, it's going to have a pink ribbing, and then it'll be, I'm going to stick with this striping sequence. So
cute.
Yeah, I am ready to join in the round right now. So
fun. Yeah, that's going to be really cute.
I think so.
Okay.
that came off.
Yeah, so fingering weight options, like a true fingering, if you wanted to do that, would be for summer.
Oh.
The Sabri by itself.
Right,
And Sabri comes, but
if
that's
you-
heavier.
But you could pair that and do the rift, which is what I did here.
Yeah, you could
So-
also do this and this for Nuuk. You
Yep.
could do this and this for the Seven Sisters.
So once you start pairing them together,
The sky's the limit.
Right.
With all of that. Anyway, again, if you didn't want to, but I still think you're going to get a similar vibe. You know,
Oh,
no
right.
doubling up is
Right.
this.
yes, and that would work perfect for this too, like
For
the
the
rift.
rift,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
We've got a beautiful fingering weight linen that we're not going to pull out, but I think for that Tombow Tee, that would be very
Right.
pretty.
And then we thought the Yuma,
Oh,
the
that's
Yuma,
a great
right,
pattern. Yuma
would be a nice way
Isabel
to use
Kramer.
that yarn too. So you can see.
Yeah, by itself.
Yep, by itself.
This is
yep.
this is another Isabel Kramer yoked in the round, just a little bit of lace up here. So pretty. Her patterns are always like chef's kiss. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're so nice. They fit everybody. She does a really good job. So Isabel Kramer, if you wanna, looking for your Shirteez options, poke around with her short sleeve tops, or do something and shorten the sleeves yourself.
Right.
Make it your own.
So
But lightweight. You
an
want to look for
advantage
that.
to doing the Shirteez is, so it does cost a little bit to join up because we offer some perks.
There's some administrative details.
Yes, that's right. So it's $15, but then you get a 10% discount on your yarn for your project, and that includes multiple projects. You don't have to have a separate $15 fee for each project. So some people
yeah.
might have 2 sweaters.
Mhm.
We have a little label coming that you'd be able to sew on your sweater, so it's a custom one. And then so then at the end, everyone submits their photos of them in their sweaters, and then we have that voting platform, which is
platform.
always really fun. And so when you sign up for Shirteez online, you're going to automatically get a download. That is your entry form, and it also has a discount code if you're going to purchase your yarn through the website. So
Righty Rooney. Yeah. And so like the administration, we have to pay a little bit for that program, the voting platform, and then
yep.
put that together. So that's that. I think
that is it. So
we're getting a new shipment of DellaQ today. I know there are some people who missed out on the very fun little mesh totes that came, project bags. They're going to be here today. I checked.
Fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, because you didn't even see them.
I didn't even see them.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think
we have more summer yarns to talk about going forward too.
Right, we'll have a
restock, some fresh colors, and we'll give you more ideas. Stay tuned. Put local yarn store day and local bookstore day and local record store day on your calendar. And thank you so much for watching.
Yep, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.